I'm headed back to tier 14 with a different team. I wanted to free up Kais, Garnet, and Ami, and this team actually ended up being a really good option. If you look at everything we're working with here, this team is kind of built to just shut bosses down. I mean, we have a ridiculous amount of debuffs. We got the HP Silence Queen right there, so they can't really hit us much. And then we have Shantotto's LD. Now, if you don't know what that does, that is a party-wide stun every time you use it. She gets 3 uses of it, and with the burst, that's 4 uses. So she's really built to just kind of, like I said, shut enemies down to where they can't really do much. Quistis is here for delays and additional attack auras, because one thing about her is, with those auras, for the rest of your party, it boosts the attack to the point where we can break through this Zac shield that this stupid bird is working with. Look at that, done. Not even an issue. There's other setups that I've tried to just break through that, and it just does not work, but Quistis is a good option for it. And I actually prefer the Shantotto burst for this stage over the Squall burst. That's just me. Because, like I said, the stuns, you'll see when we get there, the CPU is just shut down. There's nothing it can do. Which is nice. I mean, I like that. Now, generally when you do this stage and you're on this wave here, it's a good idea to focus that one on the left first. As you can see, that's what I'm trying to do. Because, like I said, the shield, the AoE, it's pretty rough. But we have enough ways to just kind of prevent stuff coming at us with this team, which you'll be able to see in a little bit. I'm sure Arciela is going to reapply the silence if need be. It might actually be on already. This is actually the first time that I am recording commentary after the gameplay is already done. Normally, I'm thinking about, okay, what am I going to say when I'm doing this? And I'm stopping my commentary midway through to figure out, all right, how do I not get killed right now? So this is a different format. I figured I'd just try it out, and showcasing the Shantotto burst on tier 14 would be a good place to start, I'd say. Because I know this is a tier that just came out that I've seen a lot of people asking for help on, because, yeah, this tier sucks. It's not fun. If you have characters like Aphmau, though, it's definitely not as bad. I unfortunately do not have Aphmau built, but after this stage, it made me consider throwing some ingots at her. Because I have her kit, I just never invested in it because we all know how the struggle has been with those resources. Now, thankfully, they're easier to come by since we can actually sell stuff we don't need for ingots. It's nice. And I have been abusing that like crazy. And I might abuse it some more for Aphmau. Maybe I'll put her here to free up one of these people. I don't know. But yeah, my original team, like I said, was Ami, Kais, and Garnet. I actually came back here and did it with this team, but with Zidane in place of Shantotto. So I was thinking I would do that again, or I'll show off the Shantotto burst. So I figured 2 birds, 1 stone. Like, if you just look at this, like, they are painted red. They can't really do much of anything. Yeah, we'll take some damage, but we got enough heals. It's gonna be alright. And as you can see now, I'm shifting focus over to the Scorpion to kind of even this out, because this team is also very AoE heavy. I mean, Shantotto's EX goes even. We got Quistis with the splash damage. Just plenty of AoE to go around altogether. Look at that. Nothing. You can't do a thing. Okay, that's the first. Look at that. Look at that damage. And now they can't move. The silence had just worn off, and now they're stunned. So really, it's just a matter of time. The only thing that this team seems to be lacking, especially for a stage like this, I just brought up Aphmau, is debuff prevention, because yes, it does get to a point where they get the debuffs on us and we drag a little bit, but I think the clear on this was like, I mean, we'll see when we get there. I'm getting ahead of myself, but I think it was 79 or 80 turns with this team, which is good enough for me. Stunned. This might be the kill right here. Yep. Pretty sure. Awesome. Okay. Now on a single target, this team slows down. Like I said, AoE heavy. But Shantotto is pretty good for singles too, just from that skill 1 alone. That rage arrow is really strong. Big fan of it. And this thing has, yeah, Arciela is good here too, not just for the HP silence, but for the dispels. I should have brought that up earlier. She can just take that shield off with skill 1. And even this thing, that one buff she puts on is a really nasty brave regen that can just kill you if you're not careful. But with her, you don't have to worry about it. Just get rid of it and go to town. Enough battery, auras, all good. That should bring us to full. Yep. One thing about Shantotto that you have to be careful with is she's very elemental based. I mean, both of her attacks are 2 different elements. Her EX imperils every single element, which is really nice, but there are still going to be some fights that she's locked out of. Like if they absorb either wind or dark, that's a big problem for her. But if it's just resist, you're fine. That way, you can pretty much bring anybody, as long as, yeah, if they're working with any kind of elements, Shantotto will pair well with them. Because like I said, that EX imperils every single one of them. I don't know if I actually show that in this, because I think at one point I hit the pause button to check if silence is still on. I don't remember, but if I do, you'll be able to see that every single element is imperiled, which is wonderful. But the debuffs do come our way. I mean, I could have potentially stunned it with the Shantotto LD and then just delayed enough with Quistis, but I did not want to be spent by the time we got to the CPU. I wanted to save as much firepower as possible so we could just shut that down easily. But that does mean that we slow down a little bit here, but it's okay. I think he's going to do it now, pretty sure. Because there are a few moments that would have been crucial. And when you swing and you miss, it makes you want to just start the whole run over. At least that's where I'm at. But it's alright. Like that. That would have been crucial. It was a launch off and everything. Just missed. No fun. I think it happens again here if I remember correctly. No, okay, cool. We got our launch. With battery, that's actually even better. So yeah, I think that, this is me attempting to push debuffs off with C65 stalling. Okay, so hers are gone. Good. So now the only one inflicted with blind right now is Quistis. Because that's really the only one that's really bad here is that blind. But there's ways around it. I keep saying Aphmau, you don't have to worry about any of this stuff if she's on your team. So for anybody who hasn't done this yet, bring Aphmau. Just do it. I think, yeah, we can stall this last one. Yup. Debuffs are gone. And that's back to full whips. So tomorrow night is the Ultimisia Lost Chapter, which, yeah, Shantotto's definitely coming to that, especially for the challenge quest. She's gonna shut that down relatively easily, and I hope that Ulti LD comes quick. I'm sure most of us are gonna be pulling on that, because anybody who's been playing through the Chaos Era knows how awesome Ulti was for the Chaos Era. She's about to get even better. She's still viable now. I mean, she came out, what? She came out before we even got any of these Entropy stages, and a ton of people used her on 12. That's how long of a shelf life she's had, and she's about to get better. Like, I know the LD is I mean, it's a few minor upgrades to her, so it's nothing like incredible, but it is very good. But when she gets that burst, man, it's like she gets some Ami in her. Her burst effect is that she deletes turns. Hello. You'd be foolish to skip that one. That was kind of a risky move. Not really, because I know you're just going to do a brave attack and miss anyways. Look at that. Alright, we're almost to the good stuff. Let's just take this robot out and really show the power of Shantotto against the CPU, because it's beautiful. Almost. Come on now. Okay. So if I remember correctly, not a single turn is taken by any of these orbs, because we immediately get the stuns on. That's not with this attack. That's in a second here. Now, in the past, when we had the CPU raid, I had made this video called Target the Big One. And the whole point of that was, I was seeing people in free rooms putting all of their energy and focus into this healer orb, as if 40k healing was that big of a problem. Now, it wasn't. But this is a completely different situation. Not only does this healer orb heal a lot more than 40k, it has damage reduction. I mean, you can see it. In a second here. You can't really see it now, but this launch is beautiful. But watch how much damage the main orb takes, because this healer orb is still around. Now this EX is supposed to split evenly. And it doesn't. The one in the middle took half as much as the other two. That's right. This healer orb is not just a healer orb. It's like a Porum orb. It has damage reduction for the big one as long as it's still around. So kill that thing first. Which I think we're about to do right now. Not quite. Probably could have focused one of the other ones at this point, but I wanted to be sure it was gone. Okay, the damage reduction is gone. Yeah, see that? Protection disabled. That's a much bigger problem than the healing, is the damage reduction, I'd say. But the healing is like, it's like 200k, or it's more than that. It's like 240k or something. It's a lot. It's none of that baby stuff from the raid. This is serious. We still have stuns, so there's not really anything to worry about. Paralyzed. Alright, let's get into it. I'm a big fan of the extra stun because of this burst. Very happy with it. That was one of the main reasons I wanted it, was just to get another use of that. One problem with her that I realized is there's some characters she can't really work with, because I was thinking in my head, on paper it sounded awesome, like okay, if we were to combine Shantotto and Ami, that would mean we'd be deleting all these turns, and then when they do get turns, they're stunned anyways. But Ami has 4-frame debuffs, which means that you really got to play your cards right and not have too many other debuffs on the team, otherwise you'll just push the stun off, which is not ideal. I've done that before. Or not even push it off, but like have too many debuffs, too many framed debuffs on the boss already, so then you go to try to apply Shantotto's stun and it just won't take because there's no room left. So be wary of that. But if you build around it, it's really nice. As you can see, like, this thing has not moved. He can't do anything. Almost there. I think this is the kill right here. Yes, it is. Okay, it was 78. 78 turns on this. I'm cool with that. Goodbye. So that's tier 14 with the Shantotto burst. Nice and easy. Alright, well there we go. I hope all of you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.